white blood cells, types of white blood cells. Types of white blood cell, white blood cell are classified into two major groups. One is granulocytes and another is agranulocytes. Granulocytes means those white blood cells having the granules in their cytoplasm. These are the specific granules which is present in their cytoplasm. So granulocytes are those white blood cells having the granules, specific granules in their cytoplasm. Agranulocytes, A means no. So that means these are those type of white blood cell having no granules, no specific granules in their cytoplasm. So there are two major categories, granulocyte and agranulocyte. Granulocyte again divided into three cells. These classification is according to the nature of granules. Look at this granules. These all are granules in their granulocytes, but nature is different. Nature of each and every granule is different. So on the basis of nature of granules, these granulocytes are divided into neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. But on the agranulocytes are divided into two on the basis of shape of nucleus. These classification on the basis of shape of nucleus, it is divided into two. One is lymphocyte, another is monocyte. Hope you understand. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, miss.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
These are the different granulocyte and agranulocyte, but being a doctor, it is necessary to identify the different types of WBCs while examining under the microscope. And you can identify these all types of the white blood cells by knowing some identification points regarding these cells. After knowing the identification point, you can easily identify that this is neutrophil, this is eosinophil, this one is basophil, and so on. So let's discuss the identification points of different leukocytes. About neutrophil, because we are going to discuss the different identification points. So first we will discuss the identification points of neutrophil. Look at this picture. This picture showing the cell which is about 10 to 12 micrometers in diameter. Look at the nucleus. Nucleus is multi-lobed. Look at the lobes of this nucleus, 1, 2, and 3. This is multi-lobed nucleus, and lobe maybe ranges from 2 to 6 lobes. So might be some cell comprises of 2 lobes, might be 3, might be 4, 5, and 6 lobes. So maximum 6 lobes of neutrophil showing in their cytoplasm. So nucleus is multi-lobe. This is one major identification point of neutrophil. Now come to the granule, because I have already told you this is the granulocyte. So that means granules present in their cytoplasm. Look at these granules. These are fine and small granules present in their cytoplasm. But before starting the identification point of these granules, I'm just asking, you all know about the staining of the cells, which you have already done in the histology. I hope कि तुम लोगों ने ये किया हुआ होगा. Staining. You know about the Leishman staining, hemotoxylin and eosin, and another types of staining in the histology. Anyone?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
मैंने पढ़ा हुआ है, याद नहीं, सही बात ये.
Actually, while examining the cell under the microscope, we stain the cell first. Staining means coloration of the cell, because these are colorless cells. So we stain the cell first by means of any specific dye. So most commonly used dye is Leishman stain, which comprises of 2 types of dyes, acidic and basic dye. And acidic dye is eosin and basic dye is methylene blue. Eosin is acidic dye which gives red color to the structure, and methylene blue is a blue color dye which gives purplish blue color to the structure. So this type of staining used while we examining the blood cells under the microscope. Hope you understand. So granules of the neutrophil, these are fine and small granules in their cytoplasm which attracts both acidic and basic dye. That means it attracts both eosin and methylene blue dye. Eosin dye, if it attracts the acidic eosin dye, it gives red color to the granules. If it attracts the basic dye, methylene blue, that means it gives purplish blue color to the granules. So that means both type of granules seen in the neutrophil. Look at this red color granules and look at this purplish blue color granules. So according to these both acidic and basic staining, look at the name, that is neutrophil. That means it indicates that there is neutral dye inside the granules. Neutrally means equally acidic and basic staining is there. That's why it's named as neutrophil. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now
Yes, ma'am.
identification point of eosinophil. Eosinophil, look at this picture, 10 to 14 micrometer diameter cell having the bilobed nucleus. Look at this nucleus which is bilobed, or you can say that it is just resemble with the spectacle shape. Spectacle means glasses ki tarah nazar aata hai nucleus. So it just look like the spectacular shape. And look at the granules. This is not fine granules. These are coarse granules and larger than the neutrophil. Another important identification point of eosinophil is that the granules attracts the acidic dye or eosin dye. So that's why it gives granules appears red in color. So this is the identification point of eosinophil, that granules appears red in color because it attracts the acidic dye, that is eosin, according to the name which indicates the eosin dye. Look at this eosin. So because it attracts the eosin dye. Eosin is used for the eosin dye, and phils means lover. That means these cells are eosin lover, and according to the dye, eosin is gives red color to the granules. So these are the identification point of eosinophil. Now come to the basophils. Identification of points of basophil. Look at this again, cell 8 to 10 micrometers in diameter. Nucleus is bilobed, same as that of the eosinophil, but it does not resemble with the spectacle shape. So there is a difference between the nucleus of eosinophil and the basophil. Both are bilobed, but eosinophil nucleus is just resemble with the spectacle shape. So this is bilobed nucleus of basophil. But major difference between the eosinophil and the basophil is that the granules are much larger than eosinophil, and it attracts the basic dye. And because of this attraction of basic dye, granules appears purplish blue in color. And name indicate this is basophil. Baso comes from the word, it attracts the basic dye, and phil, I have already told you, phil means lover. So it is the cell which is the basic dye lover. So this is the identification points of all granulocytes. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
proceed to the next
Yes, ma'am.
cell, which is cell of agranulocyte. There are two types of cells of agranulocyte. One is monocyte and another is lymphocyte. And agranulocyte, first identification is that there is no specific granules in their cytoplasm. This is the first identification of the agranulocyte cell, that is there is no granules in the cytoplasm. Another identification point of monocyte, which is maybe the single identification point of these monocyte, it is the largest cell of all leukocyte family. सबसे बड़ा cell सारी leukocyte family में हमें सिर्फ monocyte ही मिलेगा, which is about 14 to 18 micrometers in diameter. This one is the largest cell of the leukocyte family. Obviously, these are the agranulocyte cells, so no granules in their cytoplasm. Look at this nucleus, because agranulocytes are classified according to the shape of nucleus. So focus on the shape of nucleus, that is kidney shape. This just look like a kidney, or it may be bean shape, or maybe it looks like a horseshoe shape. घोड़े का पाँव. So it looks like a bean shape, kidney shape, or horseshoe shape. And look at this, it's slightly towards the periphery. It slightly towards the periphery. Because of this slightly tilted towards the periphery, clear cytoplasm is seen in case of monocyte. So large amount of cytoplasm is seen in this monocyte. Hope you understand the identification point of monocyte.
Yes, ma'am.
Now come to the lymphocyte. This is the last cell of the agranulocyte. Lymphocyte, look at this cell, about 8 to 12 micrometers in diameter. Obviously, no granules in the cytoplasm because it belongs to the agranulocyte family. Nucleus is rounded or oval. Because these classification on the basis of shape of nucleus, so shape should be in your mind that oval or rounded shape nucleus is there, which covers almost whole of the cytoplasm. Look at this. This is huge shape, size of nucleus, which covers almost whole of the cytoplasm of lymphocyte. So the cytoplasm rim, look at this cytoplasm rim. Sometime cytoplasm rim seen or sometime may not be seen. On the basis of these all identification points, you can easily identify while examining under the microscope, you can easily identify that this one is neutrophil, basophil, eosinophil, monocyte, and lymphocyte. Hope kar bhi loge, inshallah, after these identification points. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now come to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
after identification point. Come to the again a major thing, which is a most important thing for the doctors. So you are going to be features good doctors. So normal count of each and everything is necessary to memorize. Normal count of white blood cells. You have already done the red blood cell and hope you know the normal value of red blood cells. But I have already told you the normal count of white blood cell is less than that of the red blood cell. Red blood cell count जो है वो millions में है, but here is in thousand. Normal count of white blood cell. Why I'm focusing the normal count of white blood cell? Because if you know the normal count, you can easily identify the abnormality of the each and every cell. अगर normal range का पता है तो तुम identify कर सकते हो कि this person having this type of disease because count or normal number is not normal or in the range. When we discuss the normal count of white blood cells, two things comes in our mind, or you can see the different reports. You will see the two terms. One is total leukocyte count, which mentioned in the reports as TL and C. Total leukocyte count or TLC. And another is differential leukocyte count or DLC. So these terms you should be aware regarding the total leukocyte count or TLC, differential leukocyte count or DLC. Total leukocyte count, just to say, just to focus on this definition. Total leukocyte count is actually the count of total white blood cells in the 1 cubic millimeter of blood. Total number of leukocyte in the 1 cubic millimeter of blood. These are the total number of white blood cell. 1 cubic millimeter में या 1 drop of blood में total number of leukocyte कितने हैं? This is total leukocyte count or TLC. But differential leukocyte count, it means out of 100 leukocyte, how much percentage of neutrophil, how much percentage of eosinophil, how much percentage of basophil, monocyte and lymphocyte. This is actually the differential leukocyte count. Am I clear about these two terms?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
now come to
ma'am.
the total leukocyte count.
Yes,
Total
ma'am.
Total leukocyte count or TLC. I have already told you this is the total number of leukocyte in 1 cubic millimeter of blood. So normal TLC in adult human is about 4,000 to 11,000 per cubic millimeter. So this is the normal leukocyte count in 1 cubic millimeter. This is TLC. So I have already told you, if you know the normal count, you can easily identify the abnormalities. Suppose the TLC count is less than 4,000 per cubic millimeter. That means there is an abnormality. So this abnormality is known as leukopenia. And leukocytosis is abnormality when the TLC count is more than 11,000 per cubic millimeter. So these are two abnormalities. Hope you will see these abnormalities in the pathology. This is about the total leukocyte count. Leukopenia means less than 4,000. Leukocytosis means more than 11,000 per cubic millimeter. Is it clear?
Ma'am.
Okay, now come
Yes,
to
ma'am.
the differential leukocyte count, DLC. And I have already told you differential leukocyte count means the out of 100 leukocyte, out of 100 WBCs, how much percentage of neutrophil, lymphocyte, monocyte, eosinophil, and basophil. So these are the normal percentage of the different cells in the out of 100 leukocyte or 100 white blood cells. When we examine the 100 white blood cells, we identify 62% are neutrophils, 30% are lymphocytes, 5% are monocytes, 2.3% average are eosinophil, 0.4% average are basophils. These are the ranges. You should focus the ranges, might be 60 to 75% neutrophil. So these are the ranges and these are the average percentage of these different leukocytes in the 100% of the white blood cells. Look at the graph which showing the actually represent the present amount of or percentage of presence of different leukocytes. So this bar graph showing the neutrophil present in the 100 white blood cell in higher rate than the other cells of the blood. That is about 62% or ranges between 60 to 75%. This is about the differential leukocyte count. Hope you understand.
Yes, ma'am.
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 Normal lifespan of leukocyte. I don't want to discuss the lifespan of white blood cell because it is not constant. It depends upon the infection in our body. But normally white blood cell having no any infection in our body, normally lifespan of WBCs is shorter than RBCs. You know the RBC's lifespan, which is about 120 days, but WBC's lifespan ranges from half day to the month. So neutrophil, just look at the normal lifespan. It depends upon the different cells. Neutrophil lifespan is about 2 to 5 days, eosinophil 7 to 12 days, basophil 12 to 15 days, monocyte 2 to 5 days, but lymphocyte half to 1 day. But when it provide the immunity, maybe it reaches to the months and years. So you already know lymphocyte is responsible for providing the immunity, immune response. So might be it ranges into the months and years, but normal lifespan is ranges between half day to the month. So this is about the normal lifespan of leukocyte. Now come to the another important segment. This is the second target of this second important target of today's lecture, that is genesis of white blood cells. Genesis of white blood cell, this process is termed as leukopoiesis. Leukopoiesis. Leuko means white cell, poiesis means generation. So leukopoiesis is the generation of white blood cells. So how will you define the leukopoiesis? Development and maturation of leukocyte is known as leukopoiesis. Leukopoiesis is the process in which the development of white blood cells takes place in different stages and reaches up to the mature leukocyte. This process is known as leukopoiesis. So you can now easily define the definition of leukopoiesis. Look at this table. This table starts from the pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells. Pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells. This is the first primitive cell of generation of all blood cells. Look at my definition, focus on my definition. Pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells are the first primitive cell which is responsible for the generation of all blood cells. Am I clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
madam.
So pluripotent,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
starts from the pluripotent hemopoietic stem cell. It is the first primitive cell which is responsible for the generation of all the blood cells. All the blood cells are RBCs, WBCs, and platelets. So now come to the start from the pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells. Pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells differentiate into two. One is colony forming unit blastocyte, and another one is lymphoid stem cells. Pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells differentiate into two major cells. One is colony forming unit blastocyte and another is lymphoid stem cells. Colony forming unit blastocyte, come to this one. Colony forming unit blastocyte again differentiate into three cells, 1, 2, and this one, third one. So first cell is colony forming unit erythrocyte, which is responsible for the generation, ultimate generation of mature erythrocyte. You have already done the erythropoiesis in the blood lectures. ठीक है, पहले किया हुआ है ना erythropoiesis.
Yes, ma'am.
So this colony
Oui, ma'am.
forming unit erythrocyte is responsible for the generation of mature erythrocyte. Another cell, this is colony forming unit megakaryocyte. This one is M. This M is actually showing megakaryocyte. So colony forming unit megakaryocyte ultimately produce or generate the mature platelets. This is second colony forming unit blastocyte. Third colony forming unit blastocyte is colony forming unit granulocyte and monocyte. So this colony forming unit granulocyte monocyte is responsible for the generation of granulocytes, means neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophils, and monocyte, that means it is responsible for generation of mature monocyte. Am I clear?
Yes, madam.
Next pluripotent hemopoietic stem cell is lymphoid stem cells, which is separate cell, lymphoid stem cell is responsible for the generation of mature lymphocytes. This lymphoid stem cell, look at the first lymphoid stem cells. Lymphoid stem cells differentiate into lymphoblast, or you can say that lymphoid precursor cells. Lymphoblast or lymphoid precursor cell. Lymphoid precursor cells residing in the bone marrow and then differentiate into T and B lymphocyte. T lymphocyte move towards the thymus and B lymphocyte residing in the bone marrow. Lymphoid precursor cell differentiate into mature lymphocyte, and mature lymphocyte may be T lymphocyte and may be B lymphocyte. Am I clear?
Ma'am, what about natural killer cells?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, natural killer cells. So this is, you can learn these all lymphoid stem cells, inshallah, in the immunity. So don't worry about these all cells. Which one is natural killer cell, or which one is T cell or B cell. So you can learn all these lymphocytes in the immunity section individually. So focus here, just genesis of these cells, how it generates from the lymphoid stem cells. First, it converts into the lymphoid precursor cell, that is lymphoblast, and then it converts into the T and B lymphocyte. Come to the colony-forming unit, monocyte. Monocyte first convert into monoblast, then pre-monocyte, ultimately it convert into the monocyte, mature monocyte. So these are the different stages of monocyte. First monoblast, then pre-monocyte, and then monocyte. But come to the colony-forming granulocyte. Colony-forming unit granulocyte, that means these colony-forming unit granulocyte gives the generation of neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. And look at these stages. Slightly bit complicated stages in the granulopoiesis. This is actually the granulopoiesis, means generation of granulocyte cell. These are the generation of granulocyte cell. So there are different stages. One is the myeloblast. Next is promyelocyte. Third one is the myelocyte. Fourth one is the metamyelocyte. And finally, it converts into the mature granulocyte cell. So we will discuss little bit regarding this all stages. These are simple stages. These are a bit complicated. So we will discuss the stages of granulopoiesis. Look at this one. First stage is myeloblast. Second stage is promyelocyte. Third stage is myelocyte. Fourth one is metamyelocyte. And fourth one is the fifth one is mature granulocytes. So these all are stages of granulopoiesis. In the end of these all stages, we will see the mature granulocyte, that is eosinophil, basophil, and neutrophils. I'm going to explain. Yes, yes.
मैम इसके फैक्टर याद नहीं करने होंगे
Factor?
जो उनको डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं.
Yes, look at this differentiating point of different phases. But actually, this is not my duty to explain the features of these all stages. This is actually the duty of histology teachers or might be pathology teachers. But I'm just explaining few properties of these all stages. You can just see these differences के क्या differences हो सकते हैं different stages में. This is the first stage, that is myeloblast. Myeloblast is a rapidly multiplying cell having the nucleus in the cytoplasm, and the nucleus comprises of dispersed fine strand chromatin network. This is fine strand because it indicates that it is rapidly multiplying. So these comprises of fine strand chromatin in the nucleus. Nucleus consists of several nucleoli. बहुत सारे nucleoli भी नजर आएंगे. And cytoplasm see the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm consists of a few granules in their cytoplasm. So this is the first stage. Next stage is promyelocyte. Promyelocyte is rapidly multiplying cell few the cytoplasmic granule, there are more cytoplasmic granules in this stage. Nuclei rounded or oval with coarse chromatin. Now this is not fine or dispersed chromatin. Chromatin is condensed now, or coarse chromatin is there. Nucleoli, sometime nucleoli may be visible or sometime may not be visible. So this is the identification point of promyelocyte. Now come to the third stage, which is myelocyte. Myelocyte, look at this cell, which is more, look at the more basophilic nature. It is looks more basophilic and relatively more abundant cytoplasm zyada nazar aa raha hai, because nucleus now shrinking in this stage, and condensed chromatin network is there. Nucleoli completely absent in this stage. Granules are seen in this, in fact, more granules are seen in this stage. This is the fourth stage, metamyelocyte. Metamyelocyte is just before the maturation of the cell. So single identification point of metamyelocyte stage is the indent nucleus or bent of nucleus. देख रहे हो यहाँ पर न्यूक्लियस ने अपनी शेप कर ली है, इंडेंट हो गया न्यूक्लियस और बेंट हो गया. दिस इज द फर्स्ट और सिंगल आइडेंटिफिकेशन पॉइंट ऑफ मेटामाइलोसाइट स्टेज. Bent or indent nucleus, nucleoli completely absent. Granules are there in their cytoplasm, but the specific granules stands according to the nature of granules. I have already told you, if nature is acidic, it attracts the acidic dye. If nature is basic, it attracts the basic dye. If neutral standing nature is there, it attracts both acidic and basic dyes. So granules of this cell stand with according to the nature of granules. So these are the different stages of granulopoiesis, and the end of this granulopoiesis, mature granulocyte cells are formed. Look at the neutrophil, multilobed with both basic and acidic granules. Look at the eosinophil with spectacle bilobed nucleus with acidic granules, red granules. Look at the basophil, which is bilobed nucleus with blue, purplish blue color granules in their cytoplasm. Hope you understand the whole of the leukopoiesis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, थोड़े कम नहीं हो गए? चलो ठीक
Yes,
है.
ma'am.
Fine. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please, please be
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
of white blood cells briefly described, because in the later lectures you will see the detailed function of each and every cell. In fact, next lecture is based on the function
Yes,
of
ma'am. Yes,
monocyte
ma'am.
and macrophages. Yes, beta. Any problem? So I'm just focusing briefly describe the functions of white blood cells, because in the later lecture you will learn the detailed function of each and every white blood cells. So look at this slide. This slide showing the briefly describe the function of each and every leukocyte. Neutrophil, main function of neutrophil, it phagocytize. Phagocytosis is the property of neutrophil and monocyte. So neutrophil phagocytize the microorganism, especially bacteria. Neutrophil is responsible for phagocytosis of the bacteria especially. Next thing, eosinophil. Eosinophil, it provides a defense mechanism against the parasitic infections. ये बात भूलनी नहीं है. जब बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन होगा तो न्यूट्रोफिल phagocytize all the bacteria, but in case of parasitic infection, if parasitic infection is there, so on that time eosinophil count will increase because it fight against the parasite and parasitic worms. Okay, So parasites are responsible to provide the defense mechanism against the parasitic infection, and also it has an anti-allergic function. एलर्जी में भी ये एंटी एलर्जिक काम करता है because releasing of some interleukins or cytokines. So eosinophil provides the defense mechanism against the parasitic infection, and it has anti-allergic function. You will see all these functions in detail in the later lectures of white blood cells, but briefly I'm discussing these functions. Basophil, it increases allergic reaction by releasing serotonin, bradykinin, and histamine. Because these all chemical mediator increases the blood flow, or you can say that it is responsible for the acute hypersensitivity reactions by causing vascular and tissue responses. Inflammation में ये जो है vascular and tissue responses करेगा, so it increases the allergic reaction by releasing these type of chemical mediators. Another important function of basophil, it releases heparin. Do you know about the function of heparin? Anyone? Anticoagulant. Very good. Heparin is a wonderful natural anticoagulant. So basophil is responsible to release heparin, which is obviously prevent the intravascular blood clotting in normal circulation. Monocyte. Monocyte is in immature cells of the blood. Next lecture of Dr. Tazeen Shah based on monocyte macrophage system. So you will learn these monocyte, inshallah. Monocyte is an immature cells of the blood. It remains in the blood for at least 72 hours. Then it enters into the tissue and become tissue macrophages. And macrophages are strong, having the strong property to phagocytize microorganisms, especially bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. So macrophages are a strong phagocyting agent against the bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa. Last one is lymphocyte. I have already told you lymphocyte has an important role in the acquired immunity. It provides acquired immunity, and T lymphocyte provide cell-mediated immunity, and B lymphocyte provide humoral immunity. Don't be confused the term cell-mediated and humoral immunity, because you will learn by the different teachers in the later lecture of immunity. So these are the brief description of the function of all leukocyte. Hope you understand. Last thing which I'm saying, when I always think about the functions of white blood cells, think about the function of white blood cell, it provides a defense against the microorganism. That means it kills the microorganism and provides the defense mechanism to our body. So on that time, this statement comes in my mind. At least someone loves me, protects me, fights for me. And I'm saying on that time, thank you so much, white blood cells. And for the white blood cells. Thank you so much.